All right. Time for the Hutchinson Report podcast take of the week. My views on what's been happening during the week in the news, views, commentary, a lot of good stuff that's been happening. All right. Breonna Taylor. We know that justice was not done in Louisville. By the way, Cameron, the AG in Kentucky who came back with this BS decision, which was a non-decision about Taylor. We knew it wasn't going anywhere. The guy's a big right-wing Republican. Yeah, he's African-American. Doesn't make any difference. Forget the skin color thing. It's the philosophies. He's married to Mitch McConnell's granddaughter. He's a big wig in Republican politics. McConnell boosted his career. So, what do you expect? Taylor's not going to get any justice. We already know that by now. But you got folk that are in the street that are saying, we're mad as hell. Remember that old thing, Leroy? We're mad as hell. We're not going to take it anymore. All right. Remember Going Back in Time Network. And that's a good one for the ages. Mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. But you got to be more than mad, Leroy. You have to, in the words of someone, a very wise man told me one time, Leroy, don't get mad, get smart. I like that. Don't get mad, get smart. What do we mean? Have a strategy, have a plan, not just spouting off, not just anger and rage. They can deal with that any day. Have a plan, be consistent, have a follow-through, and figure out where we're going with this thing. I've said that all along. That's the key to everything. All right. Ted Cruz said that Ruth Bader Ginsburg, he blocked a resolution in the Senate when they wanted to pay tribute to Bader Ginsburg. Cruz said, no, you're playing partisan politics with it. Therefore, we have no resolution from the Senate. The great contributions that Bader Ginsburg and civil rights, civil liberties, women's issues, up and down, issues all over the place. A great humanitarian, a great civil libertarian, as I said last week, in the proud tradition of Earl Warren, Thurgood Marshall, Bill Douglas, and the giants that grace the Supreme Court. History will be very kind to her, even, Leroy, if Ted Cruz in the Senate isn't. All right, we've got Democrats now saying, you know what, okay, if you pack the Supreme Court with all these right-wing ideologues like Barrett, if you do that, what we're going to do is we're going to, expand the Supreme Court. We'll put 4 or 5 more justices on there, and we'll put term limits on there. FDR tried it, by the way, Leroy, in 1937, to pack the Supreme Court. Didn't go well for him. But nonetheless, you have to send a message. Even Hitler and Stalin did not say, Leroy, if I lose the vote, I will not leave the office. Of course, they didn't have to say that. But if I lose the election, November 3rd, I may not leave office. And then Don Trump Jr., wait a minute. Don Trump Jr., this little twerp, doubled down on it. Well, that's what he is, little guy. A little guy. This guy that happens to have his father's name. Doubled down on it today saying, listen to this, Age Hoffman and Leroy. Doubled down by saying, we will give you our terms for leaving office. And when we concede. No, he said that. It was quoted today. We will tell you on what conditions we'll leave the office. Wait a minute, am I missing something? I thought there was a little thing called the elections. I thought there was a little thing called democracy. I thought there was a little thing called, the Constitution. Am I missing something? Did I miss that, Ricky? Did I miss something there? No, I'm just trying to figure out. Did I miss something? Well, maybe I did. Okay. We have a bit of a personal dilemma. Leroy and A.H. Here's a personal dilemma. As you know, I am a man of the Catholic faith. And unfortunately now, the new Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett, is a Roman Catholic. Now, there's going to be a lot of backlash against Catholics, but I'm here to tell you this. Trust me on this. There's no monolith among Catholics. You have every type of view, every type of persuasion, every type of belief within the Catholic faith. Barrett, I'm here to tell you now, trust me on this. She does not represent the faith and the views of many Catholics. Be careful about that. Be careful as we go forward. There's going to be a lot about Catholicism, a lot about her. She represents, by the way, she's a part of a little offbeat fringe group within the Roman Catholic Church. People for the something. A far out extremist right-wing group. She's trying to deny it now. But no, we got the goods on that one. So be careful on that when we go with the faith. Don Trump, platinum plan for Black America. A platinum plan for Black America. By the way, some of the things there weren't half bad. He will make Juneteenth a national holiday. He will he will outlaw lynching. You know, at this point, 2020, we still do not have a federal law outlawing lynching. 200 years later, Trump says, I'll do that. He also says that he will institute fairness in the criminal justice system. He also said that he will have a register to go after forgiveness, pardons of those that have been falsely convicted. And then he talked about, you know, the economic thing, about more jobs, about opportunity zones. You know, on paper, I guess if you can say it and look at it, if you didn't know him, you say, not bad. The problem is, well, two problems. One, some blacks, as you know, will buy into it. We talked about the Republicans. We had them on, about a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago. But we know there's a sentiment out there. And we know some might say, hey, you know what, some of the less discerning ones, hey, the guy has actually got a plan for African Americans. Well, you know, I have to tell you, it's very interesting to see how this all plays out. But we know one thing about Donald Trump. And Ricky, you usually do that. He is definitely not fake news. And that is the problem. No, he's not. He's the real deal. And that is the everlasting regret that we have. The real deal. You've been listening to the Hutchinson Report podcast, Take of the Week. Be right back.
The Hutchinson Report.
There will be major battles within the Senate, the House, Congress, and the White House, whoever the president is.
Your host, Earl Afari Hutchinson.
We got to cut this. We got to cut that. We got to raise taxes. Why? Because you've got to raise that money somewhere, and we know 1% corporate cronies, they're not going to pay their share.
Tune into the Hutchinson Report, Saturdays at 9 a.m.
Once again, it falls back on the shoulder of guess who? Joe and Jane, blue collar and poor person. There is no free lunch.
Right here on KPFK.